Continuing from the previous episode 730. Senior. Xiao Yan called out in a deep voice, but the only thing that could respond to Xiao Yan was a dead silence. There must be something wrong with these 8 stone pillars. Just now, a mysterious power flickered in the palm of the old guard, and the stone pillars seemed to come alive. Why is there no movement now? Xiao Yan did not panic when he saw that the mysterious old man was missing, but was serious. Think about it. At this time, panic is useless, only calmness can solve the problem. Hey, boy, I know you still have a lot of questions, but those questions should wait until you've cleared this up. If you can't even get past this place, then it's enough to show that you have no luck with this fighting skill. Just when Xiao Yan was about to investigate the surroundings, the old man's voice slowly spoke, and then it returned to calm. According to what my master Jin Longwang said, it seems that we still need some things to cultivate this sky-moving ruler. Those things should exist in the 8 stone pillars. Xiao Yan heard the words and suddenly remembered what his master Jin Longwang said. Hey, this kid, his memory and understanding are also the best choice, not bad. Above Na Jia, the figure of the Golden Dragon King said quite leisurely. Xiao Yan's acceptance ring was already shrouded in the power of the Golden Dragon King at this time. No matter how powerful Xiao Yan was, he could not feel his existence. After all, the time difference between the two was too great. Boom boom boom. The next moment, just when Xiao Yan wanted to make a move, a strange light curtain suddenly appeared around the stone hall, instantly surrounding the entire stone hall. Not good. When the light curtain just appeared, Xiao Yan secretly said that it was not good, and the dazzling Emperor Yan suddenly burst out in his hand, attacking him with a mighty thunder. Plop. However, Xiao Yan's attack was still a step too late. The attack had just arrived around the stone hall, and suddenly the light curtain had formed, and then Xiao Yan's seemingly terrifying attack disappeared directly into the light curtain, without bringing any ripple. Damn, what the asterisk is this place? Seeing this, Xiao Yan couldn't help but scolded. Because Xiao Yan can clearly feel that since the formation of this light curtain, his power and soul power perception are only limited to the space of several hundred meters in this stone hall. It seemed that the mysterious light curtain directly cut off Xiao Yan's connection with the outside world. This situation was quite unfortunate. Shabu shabu. Before Xiao Yan was surprised, one of the 8 stone pillars was already surging. Looking at the battle, it was clearly coming towards Xiao Yan. A mere stone pillar wants to stop me? Xiao Yan said disapprovingly when he saw this. Immediately, Yi Huo Heng Gug was behind his back, and a dazzling power emerged, ready to deal with the stone pillar. Clang! Shiju naturally couldn't understand people's words, even if Xiao Yan had an extremely large Emperor Yan emerging from his body at this time. He directly scolded Xiao Yan and fell down on his own. Boom boom boom. One of the 8 stone pillars moved directly, and then quickly fell to Xiao Yan. The overwhelming aura made Xiao Yan slightly startled. Damn! Xiao Yan originally thought that it shouldn't be difficult to stop this stone pillar with his enormous Emperor Yan's power and soul power, but the next moment Xiao Yan realized that he was wrong. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang U. Kai 8. Approximately 1 ZS. Co M. Boom boom boom. The stone pillar fell directly on its own, without being blocked by Xiao Yan's enormous Emperor Yan and soul power. It felt like he was falling down normally. Damn! What the asterisk is in this stone pillar? How could it suppress the power in my body? Xiao Yan dragged his hands up high at this time. In his palms, the huge stone pillar was pressing against Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan also felt extremely puzzled, but he did not dare to neglect, and insisted on gritted teeth. Boom boom boom. The next moment, the stone pillar seemed to have discovered that Xiao Yan was spying on his own secret, and his body was shocked, and a force of vicissitudes was instantly transmitted into Xiao Yan's body. Cough, cough. Xiao Yan was hit by such a blow, and his breath immediately became chaotic. Because Xiao Yan didn't know what it was from the beginning to the end. Calm down. This is the deepest part of the 4th floor of the Doji Pavilion. This is the place where the treasures of the human palace are stored, and the mysterious old man just now wanted to guard here. The reason why the treasures of this palace have not been successfully cultivated for thousands of years, I'm afraid there are some secrets. Xiao Yan thought over and over while facing the power of vicissitudes in the huge stone pillar. Boom boom boom. The stone pillar seemed to be determined to suppress Xiao Yan, and then the power burst out, and a force that Xiao couldn't resist emerged. Xiao Yan's complexion became ugly. No, things will go wrong. Xiao Yan was secretly surprised, but he couldn't think of a good solution for a while. After all, this stone pillar is really too weird. But just as Xiao Yan was struggling to support it, the ancient ruler of eternal fire on Xiao Yan suddenly made a very crisp chirping, as if there was something here that was attracting it. What? You want me to give up resistance? The next moment, the ancient ruler behind Xiao Yan suddenly sent a message to Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan also knew that this ancient ruler of eternal fire had some intelligence similar to that of human beings, but he couldn't say it in detail, but this ancient ruler of eternal fire said so, and Xiao Yan had no other way, so he had to do it immediately. Gulu. Just as Yuo Henguchi said, Xiao Yan gave up his resistance directly, put away all the strength of his body, and let the stone pillar suppress him. But this pain is nothing compared to swallowing the strange fire, so Xiao Yan did not make any sound. Boom boom boom. As Xiao Yan gave up and resisted, the stone pillar suppressed Xiao Yan for a while, and even if it was about to crush Xiao Yan to death, Xiao Yan didn't react at all. Immediately became slightly uncomfortable, willing to return to the original position. What the asterisk is this stone pillar doing? Xiao Yan murmured when he saw the stone pillar returning to his position. Looking around, the 8 stone pillars and the 8 steps here seem to be somehow connected. Hey, good boy, you have discovered the secret of this stone pillar so quickly. The secret of this stone pillar has come in a lot of people, but not much has been discovered. Many disciples only know that they need to break it, but they forgot. Sometimes it's a skill to give up. The mysterious old man was located directly above the stone hall, and Xiao Yan's every move was in full view, but the strange thing was that Xiao Yan couldn't seem to see the mysterious old man in the stone hall. But although I have said the easiest first level, what follows is the real good show. It is not so easy to obtain the qualification to observe the treasures of our Rendian town store. After the mysterious old man finished speaking, he laughed in the sky. It seems that there is really something. Xiao Yan glanced around and found nothing unusual, and immediately opened his mouth slightly. In addition to the warning from Yuo Henguchi, Xiao Yan knew that he was still one step away from obtaining the cultivation method of this man's treasure. Immediately, he clasped the Yuo Heng ancient ruler tightly, and stared at the 8 stone pillars with a sharp aura in his eyes. The colors of the 8 stone pillars also slowly changed, as if some ancient aura appeared. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 731. Come on, Xiao Yan said sharply, and then his eyes slowly stared at the 8 stone pillars. The next moment, the 8 stone pillars did not leave the same place as Xiao Yan thought, and whistled towards him. But above the 8 stone pillars, a strange light emerged, and a dazzling ancient breath suddenly appeared on the stone pillar. The next moment, each of the 8 stone pillars emerged with a mysterious and ancient force, directly facing the 8 steps in the center of the stone hall. Boom boom boom. After a while, a silver-white energy light group slowly emerged. Is this the thing that is lacking in the cultivation of the heaven-shifting ruler? Xiao Yan held the ancient eternal fire ruler in his hand, and looked at the mysterious light group on the 8 steps with slight vigilance. In the mysterious light group, there seems to be a power that makes Xiao Yan feel afraid, and that power seems to be exactly the same as the looming fighting skill scroll. Following the actions of the 8 stone pillars, the next moment, it instantly returned to calm, but the dazzling light group in the center of the stone hall was slowly shaking. Not long after, the mysterious light group turned into a human appearance. This is myself? After a few breaths, Xiao Yan's breathing became heavier, because the mysterious light group in front of him actually transformed into his own appearance. Those who covet treasures, die. Xiao Yan, who was transformed by the mysterious light group, said coldly, and the space of the stone hall trembled slightly in an instant. Look at the ruler. Seeing this, Xiao Yan didn't want to waste time with this mysterious figure, and a terrifying flame burst out from the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand, attacking the fake self. The fake Xiao Yan's pupils were filled with ashes. Facing Xiao Yan's attack so close at hand, he didn't have the slightest fear. His palms rose slightly, and an ancient aura permeated. In an instant, Xiao Yan's seemingly terrifying attack was easily resolved by it. Good guy. Seeing this, Xiao Yan couldn't help but sink. In this sealed stone palace, he was undoubtedly at a disadvantage. If he continued to fight like this, he would inevitably lose. Boom boom boom. The fake Xiaoyan took Xiaoyan's attack with ease. Without hesitation, he raised his palm and attacked Xiaoyan. Damn it! Xiaoyan thought of a way while retreating, but Xiaoyan didn't realize that every time the counterfeit Xiaoyan's palm attacked him, the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand absorbed a trace of strength. Weak, but it does happen. This is. Just a few minutes after the battle, Xiaoyan was chased by the fake Xiaoyan, but fortunately Xiaoyan's movement skills were good, and with the help of the ancient ruler of the different fire, it did not cause any damage to him. What a big impact! But the fake Xiaoyan suddenly stared at the ancient ruler of the eternal fire, eternal flame, which was exuding bursts of flames on Xiaoyan's palm, and stopped moving. Huh! Xiaoyan was secretly surprised when he saw that the fake Xiaoyan had stopped moving, but there was a burst of cheers from the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand, and Xiaoyan had no choice. You mean, if you want to acquire the method of cultivation, this guy is essential? Xiaoyan said with a doubtful tone to his palm. Hoo! The Yuo Henggu ruler is very spiritual, and Zaidu cheered in approval. But this guy's strength may have reached the level of the 7-star Do Emperor or even stronger. I can't deal with the current me alone. Xiaoyan thought again, this fake Xiaoyan is the condensed mysterious power of 8 stone pillars. So, even Xiaoyan, there is no other way. Do you have a solution? Just when Xiaoyan was at a loss, a burst of information suddenly came out from the ancient ruler of eternal fire, and Xiaoyan suddenly wondered. Okay. Xiaoyan communicated with Yuo Heng ancient ruler. He immediately knew what Yuo Heng ancient ruler was doing. He couldn't help being surprised. He immediately fought against the fake Xiaoyan, but this time, Xiaoyan was not running away. Every time the fake Xiaoyan's attack was blocked directly by the ancient ruler of different fire and constant, and it was strange to say, no matter how the attack of the fake Xiaoyan destroyed the sky and the earth, the ancient ruler of different fire and eternal will not be happy. Fear to stop. In the deepest part of the Doji Pavilion, besides Xiaoyan who entered the human palace and Qin Shin entered the heaven palace, the other 5 people all entered the earth palace by coincidence. Second senior brother, this is. Ling Zan was the first to speak. The 5 people here naturally had the guidance of an expert to successfully arrive at the place where the treasures of the palace were stored, but for the rest, they could only rely on themselves. Don't panic. This should be the place where the treasures of our underground palace are stored. Second senior brother Zhu Yuan bore the brunt, standing in front of the 5 people, and said vigilantly. Since the 5 of them separated from Xiaoyan and the others, they were brought here in an instant due to an unknown powerful force, and they had just arrived here, and they could clearly feel that the atmosphere here was completely different from the outside. According to what the deputy hall master said, it is quite easy to cultivate the treasures of our underground hall. I am afraid that the few people present have the capital to successfully cultivate. Ling Yun stared at the surroundings and said, the treasures of the town hall should be stored in the main hall. Let's look for it first. Second senior brother Zhu Yuan opened his mouth. Following Zhu Yuan's opening, several people also dispersed, looking for in this forest. It's just that a few hundred meters away from a few people, a silver hall slowly appeared. It's just that this silver hall is very special, because it actually moves. It seems that they sensed the arrival of the 5 Lingxuan people. The silver hall actually moved, and it felt like a hide-and-seek. Burning incense pavilion outside. They have already entered for 5 days. Why is there no movement at all? Shang Yuan sat on a stone table at the entrance of the 4th floor of the Doji Pavilion and asked a little impatiently. Hey, this thing can't be rushed. Don't you have high hopes for those little guys in your palace? Mu Shuji immediately laughed when he saw Shang Yuan's appearance. Hope is one thing, whether it can be done is another. Shang Yuan shook his head helplessly. Among the many disciples who entered, Shang Yuan clearly remembered that there were 5 places where the treasures of the underground palace were stored. If even this failed, then there was no doubt that these 5 people were the people of their underground palace. Treasure missed. Wait, once the treasure of the town hall at any point in the 3 halls is successfully cultivated by others, we will be able to sense it for the first time. Mu Shuji said, now, that's all we can do. I hope these little guys won't let us down. After all, they have obtained powerful fighting skills, and they are also unique to our Fenxian Pavilion. They will also be able to reappear in future sect competitions. Our burning incense pavilion has been quiet for too many years. Shang Yuan stared at the entrance of the fourth floor of the Doji pavilion, and said slowly, there was a vicissitudes of hope in his voice. Set a small goal first, such as 1 second to remember. Shukju mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 732. Boom boom boom. Xiao Yan has been grasping the ancient ruler of eternal fire for the past few days, constantly absorbing the attacks of fake Xiao Yan. And as he absorbed it, Xiao Yan slowly discovered that the power of the fake Xiao Yan seemed to be getting weaker and weaker, while the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand was born with another kind of power besides Emperor Yan. It's time. In the stone hall, Xiao Yan suddenly flashed a hint of determination. In 5 days, all that mysterious power has been absorbed by his eternal fire eternal ruler, and it's time to enter the next stage. As soon as Xiao Yan's voice fell, the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand suddenly shone brightly, and an indescribable terrifying flame was born in an instant. Go! Xiao Yan had just finished speaking, and suddenly an incomparable terrifying force radiated from the ancient ruler of the different fire in his hand, and he walked away at the fake Xiao Yan. Boom boom boom. Facing Xiao Yan's terrifying blow from a strange fire and an ancient ruler, there was still no change on the fake Xiao Yan's face, but Xiao Yan smiled slightly. Shabu shabu. The next moment, Xiao Yan's terrifying power swept down. Gulu. The terrifying wave just came into contact with the fake Xiao Yan. Nothing appeared, but it exploded in the next breath. No, the fake Xiao Yan was initially unmoved, but the next moment, when Xiao Yan's terrifying attack hit him, he knew it was too late. Your strength is indeed powerful, but I have the ancient ruler of different fires. Although I don't know why, you are not a big threat to me. Disappear. Xiao Yan turned into a fire *** and said directly to the fake Xiao Yan. Gulu. As Xiao Yan's voice fell, the fake Xiao Yan suddenly turned into white smoke, and then dissipated in Xiao Yan's terrifying attack. Hee, this eternal fire eternal ruler is really a good thing. Seeing the crisis contact, Xiao Yan looked at the eternal fire eternal ruler in his hand and smiled slowly. This strange fire eternal ancient ruler was originally from the Doqi continent, and the 22 different fires were condensed. The first time it was used was when killing the Soul Emperor. Since then, it has been following Xiao Yan. Even Xiao Yan didn't know the specific origin of this ancient ruler of eternal fire. However, Xiao Yan knew that this thing was definitely not simple. Otherwise, the fake Xiao Yan just now was so terrifying. This eternal fire eternal ancient ruler was not afraid at all, and even coveted his power. It's over? Xiao Yan watched the fake Xiao Yan disappear, and immediately looked around with vigilance. At this time, with the disappearance of the fake Xiao Yan, the stone hall has returned to calm, and the 8 stone pillars are also immobile, as if they have not been moved just now. As for the mysterious fighting skill scroll that was looming above the 8 steps in the stone hall, Xiao Yan did not even think about taking it. Treasure, if it is so simple, I am afraid that the name will be in vain. Hey, this kid's comprehension is very good. The figure condensed by the stone pillar is actually just an energy body at best, and it won't kill anyone, but it is so huge that it surpasses his full first-order strength, so he dares to fight, enough to show that this the virtuous nature of the boy. This first step is solved, but if you can't discover the secrets in this stone palace, even I can't help you. Defeat this energy body is only the first way. If you want to cultivate the treasure of our human hall, you must have that kind of thing. Right above the stone hall, the mysterious old man slowly stared at Xiao Yan, and was extremely satisfied with Xiao Yan's performance just now. Since Xiao Yan entered this stone hall, he has not moved in confusion, because he knew that this stone hall might be in danger, so even if he faced the counterfeit Xiao Yan from behind, he would still take every step. Another thing that surprised the old man was that even if Xiao Yan was about to be put to death by the fake Xiao Yan, he did not panic at all, which made the old man's evaluation of Xiao Yan even higher. However, the old man naturally didn't know that most of the power of the counterfeit Xiao Yan's attack was absorbed by the Yuo Heng ancient ruler, otherwise the old man would not give Xiao Yan any evaluation. This stone pillar. Xiao Yan stood alone in the stone hall. Relying on the huge soul power and fighting spirit, Xiaoneng discovered that this stone hall was already a sealed space, and unless his strength reached the 9-star Do Emperor, he would not be able to leave this stone hall at all. However, the purpose of Xiaoyan's trip is here, and naturally he will not leave easily. The arrangement of the stone pillars and the arrangement of the steps seem to. Xiaoyan thought about it. Wang Om. After realizing that Xiaoyan had found something wrong, the ancient ruler of eternal fire on Xiaoyan's palm also exuded a force, but the force was directed at the stone pillar. You mean, the secret exists in this stone pillar? Xiaoyan sensed the meaning expressed by the ancient ruler of eternal fire, and immediately said in surprise. Because Xiaoyan's perception told him that the 8 stone pillars were solid and had nothing at all. However, Xiaoyan was also a vigilant person. His body flashed slightly, and then he walked towards the 8 stone pillars. What secret does this stone pillar hold? Xiaoyan thought slowly as he walked. Just after he finished speaking, Yi Huoheng's ancient ruler was behind his back, and then Xiaoyan's palm was gently lifted and he walked towards one of the 8 stone pillars. Beep beep beep. As soon as his palm touched the stone pillar, a cold feeling spread throughout his body. This penetrating coldness made Xiaoyan's body suddenly shake. www. Novel MTL. Com no. After a few breaths, Xiaoyan probed the body of the stone pillar, but there was nothing. He immediately shook his head. Look at the next one. Just as Xiaoyan was about to pull away from his palm, the ancient ruler behind him suddenly shook, breaking away from Xiaoyan's restraint and hitting the stone pillar directly. Boom boom boom. With the sudden scene of Yi Huoheng Gug, Xiaoyan was extremely surprised. But the next moment, a vision appeared directly. Boom boom boom. The gray copper stone pillar collided directly with Xiaoyan's 23-colored radiant ancient ruler, and the dazzling power was born directly. This is. Xiaoyan's pupils only shrank, because of the collision between the two. Xiaoyan felt that the power from the collision of the two was the same mysterious power on the Do skill scroll. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang Yu, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Coem. I just absorbed the power of the fake Xiaoyan, although the power on the fighting skill scroll is similar, but what is missing after all, now? After Xiao finished speaking, he suddenly laughed, and then without hesitation, his body burned at a high speed. When it runs, it continuously absorbs the power of the ancient rulers and stone pillars of the different fires. As for the scrolls of fighting skills on the 8 steps in the stone hall, they slowly surfaced as Xiaoyan continued to absorb power. The pupils of the old man above the hall became weird at this time. This kid, is this okay? Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 733. That's fine too. The mysterious old man above the hall stared directly at Xiaoyan's appearance, stunned. Entering the place where the treasures of the temple are located, one must defeat the power scattered by the stone pillar, and then absorb the power in the stone pillar, so that it is possible to touch the fighting skill scroll, otherwise the holy level fighting skill scroll will be lost. The coercion contained in it is enough to kill any 6-star fighting emperor, which is why the old man would let Xiaoyan do these things. The human temple fighting skill is called Tianshan Ruler. Although it is well known among the holy ranks, it has not been cultivated by disciples for thousands of years. This has led to the practice of this fighting skill being forgotten, but its power cannot be underestimated. Hee 6-star Do D's perfect strength can't hold so much chi. Next, let me see how you deal with it. The mysterious old man smiled slowly, and there was a look of anticipation in his voice. Damn it! Xiaoyan in the stone hall had been absorbing power, but Xiaoyan found that it seemed that he couldn't absorb the power himself. At this time, a gray seed has condensed in the body. I think this seed is the condensed chi that the mysterious old man said. No, if it goes on like this, it will explode. Xiaoyan's mind was condensed, and he snorted immediately. Wang Om! Yuoheng Gu Kai also realized that he had absorbed too much power just now, and just wanted to break free from the stone pillar, but found that he and the stone pillar seemed to be entangled. Feng Ju! Swallow it for me! The next moment, Xiaoyan's eyes lit up, but he knew how to deal with it. Following Xiaoyan's explosive drink, the flaming beast in the sea of fighting chi in his body suddenly opened its pupils and stared at this enormous power with anticipation. Enter! Xiaoyan absorbed the remaining power with all his strength, and immediately said with a smile. And following Xiao Yan's actions, the remaining flames were swallowed up by the flame beasts in their bodies, and in the end they didn't even know what to do. Hoo. After doing all this, Xiao Yan sat down directly, gasping for breath. This kid, there should be something in his body. But forget it, this guy is the same as the kid back then. It took 7 days to solve these matters. It seems that this time we have an incredible disciple in the human palace. After the mysterious old man finished speaking, he got up slightly, he waved gently at the stone hall under his feet. Immediately, a majestic force emerged, and immediately the confinement of the stone hall disappeared, and the figure of the old man slowly appeared in front of Xiao Yan. Senior, this should be all right, right? Xiao Yan was not surprised when he saw this mysterious old man appearing. He passed all the tests just now, and it was time to get in touch with the fighting skill scroll. That's right, you've all passed, which proves that you have the qualifications to cultivate the treasures of our human palace. The old man did not delay, and said directly to Xiao Yan. When Xiao Yan heard this, he was immediately overjoyed. This was something he had coveted for a long time. Okay, since you can't wait so much, let's get started. But remember, if you can't bear it, then choose to quit. Although your fighting skills are good, you won't lose your life. The old man said slowly. Okay, Xiao Yan responded, and then fixed his eyes on the 8 steps in the center of the stone hall. What you see is the place where our human temple Do technique scrolls are stored, but don't underestimate the 8 steps. The 8 steps contain extremely powerful repulsive force. If you don't absorb the ruler on the stone pillar, I am afraid that even the 9-star Do Emperor powerhouses will not be able to get close. After absorbing it, it can indeed lighten a little burden, said the mysterious old man. I'm going to try. Xiao Yan heard the words, and a fiery radiance appeared in his heart. This was something that was in front of him, but he didn't mean to back down at all. 1 step, 2 steps. Xiao Yan took a few steps gently and suddenly came to the 8 steps in front of him. These 8 steps are in a raised state, one is higher than the other, and where the 8th step is, the figure of the fighting skill scroll is looming. Gulu! Xiao Yan's eyes flashed with a dignified look, and then he stepped on it. Just as he took the first step on the steps, overwhelming pressure burst out from Ping and 8th, causing Xiao Yan's body to sting slightly. Damn, such a strong repulsive force, Xiao Yan said coldly, but there was an extremely firm gaze in those eyes. The next moment, Xiao Yan is on his way. The second one, the pressure of the second one was more than 3 times stronger than that of the first one. When he got here, Xiao Yan had to unleash the power of his whole body, that is, the power of the gray seeds, to wrap his entire body. Yan knew that the power on these 8 steps was exactly the same as the power in the stone pillar he had just absorbed. Hoo, the power of the gray chi seeds just appeared, and it immediately relieved Xiao Yan countless pressures. After a few breaths, Xiao Yan stepped into the stairs. This time, Xiao Yan exuded a gray aura, and without hesitation, he suddenly stepped into the 3rd, 4th, and 2nd steps. Before the terrifying pressure on those 2 steps appeared, Xiao Yan gritted his teeth and stepped directly into the 5th and 6th steps. Good boy. Seeing this, the mysterious old man on the side couldn't help but admire Xiao Yan. The pressure contained in these 8 steps is difficult even for me, and the heart guy can be so relaxed one after another. Damn it. After Xiao Yan reached the 6th step, the tingling pain from his body indicated that he was about to reach the limit, and on Xiao Yan's forehead, sweat was pouring down like rain. No way is close at hand, we can't give up so easily. Xiao Yan snorted coldly, then slowly picked up his steps and walked towards the 7th stage. Boom boom boom. As soon as he stepped into the 7th floor, Xiao Yan, who was suddenly suppressed by an invisible pressure, was almost out of breath. Xiao Yan's eyes were slightly red, obviously reaching the limit. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Koem, hey, boy, you are very good. The previous disciples only stepped into the 6th stage. Now you are very good at the 7th floor. Come back, if you continue like this, your body will not be able to withstand the explosion and die. The mysterious old man watched Xiao Yan stalemate on the 7th stage for a while, and immediately said, Come back. Seeing that Xiao Yan didn't respond, the mysterious old man immediately said worriedly, This guy is Zhu Jin's disciple. If anything goes wrong with him, I'm afraid that old guy will tear him directly. Do not, It's okay. The next moment, facing the power of the mysterious old man, Xiao Yan directly refused, and then a dazzling power emerged. With the emergence of this power, Xiao Yan's footsteps also smoothly entered the 8th floor, and as Xiao Yan stepped into the 8th floor, the invisible pressure disappeared instantly, and the battle for the treasure of the Palace of the People was gone. How did the skill scroll appear in front of Xiao Yan? Good boy, he actually succeeded. Seeing this, the mysterious old man couldn't help but stare at Xiao Yan. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 734. This kid, such perverted power. The mysterious old man couldn't help but praise. As the guardian of this fighting skill, the mysterious old man has naturally witnessed countless heaven's favored people for hundreds of years, but it is the first time that the old man has seen Xiao Yan's wisdom and heart. Next, when it's time to harvest, I hope that this kid has endured so many difficulties and can really master the fighting skills, so that our Fenxiang Pavilion can be proud of himself. However, if it fails, it will definitely be a big blow to this kid. After all, there were disciples who were negative because they couldn't bear the pressure. The old man said with joy and worry. Cough, cough, cough. Finally, have you reached it? Xiao Yan reluctantly opened his eyes. When he stepped into the 8 steps, he was about to collapse due to the overwhelming force, but fortunately, with the Holy Yan Emperor Yan and Qi, Xiao Yan was able to barely break through. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang Yu, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Koem, the treasure of the palace, let me see your true face now. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, the corner of his mouth smiled strangely. After so much, he finally succeeded. In front of Xiao Yan, the 8 steps stood calmly, without the slightest breath. Above the 8 steps, a golden scroll slowly emerged. And with the appearance of the golden scroll, Xiao Yan suddenly felt that the ancient eternal fire ruler behind him gave out a very joyful vibration, as if this Do skill scroll had a fatal attraction to the ancient eternal fire ruler. Why is this ancient ruler of different fires so moving? Could it be that this fighting skill scroll has any origin with the ancient ruler of different fires? Xiao Yan, as the owner of the ancient rulers of different fires, naturally noticed the difference and immediately hesitated. Stand up. Okay, kid, since you've successfully passed all the tests, I'm not trying to persuade you. The treasure of our human palace is the fighting skill scroll in front of you. You can try it and see if you can master it, but you only have one chance. If you don't master it once, then no matter what, I won't let you try it a second time. The old man said solemnly. Hearing this, Xiao Yan nodded immediately, because he also knew that this Do skill scroll had reached the level of a holy rank, and with his current strength, I am afraid that he would have already tried his best to open it once, let alone the second time. Let's start. I'm here to protect the law for you, you can rest assured. After the old man finished speaking, a layer of gray energy suddenly emerged from the stone hall, instantly isolating the stone hall. Thank you, senior, Xiao Yan said respectfully, and then stared at the golden scroll in front of him. It's too early to say thank you, let's wait until you try this fighting skill scroll. If you succeed, I'm afraid it's me who should be thanked. The old man said slowly. The strength of this mysterious old man has already reached the level of a 9-star fighting emperor, but because of the bet with Zhu Jin, he lost for a while, so he has to guard the treasure of the temple here, and only the treasure of the temple only after being successfully cultivated by others can the old man be liberated. Is this the holy rank fighting skill? I remember that Uncle Golden Dragon King said that the fighting skills of the holy rank have surpassed the level of the immortal rank. Heaven rank fighting skills originally borrowed the power of heaven and earth, and immortal rank fighting skills have already reached the level of power resonance. As for the larger holy rank fighting skills, they have vaguely touched the level of the field. This level of attack, at the level of Do D, is enough to easily cause a fatal blow. Xiao Yan kept recalling the words of his uncle, the Golden Dragon King, in his mind. However, Xiao Yan did not dare to imagine that this holy rank fighting skill was so terrifying. If it was a more powerful asterisk rank fighting skill, it would be enough to cover the sky with one hand, and the asterisk rank, Xiao Yan practiced this burning skill. Cultivation technique, the highest level is also asterisk level. Although Xiao Yan's eyes had only reached the first floor of Fenju, and there was still a long way to go before the 6th floor, which had the highest divine rank, Xiao Yan knew that the road had to be taken step by step. Taking back his thoughts, Xiao Yan immediately did not hesitate, staring at the golden scroll. A feeling of joy immediately radiated. How to do this? Xiao Yan was a little hesitant at this time. He had never encountered this holy level fighting skill scroll, and he was hesitant now. Relax, grab it directly with your palm, and then use your soul power, as usual, but the pressure of this holy fighting skill is extremely terrifying. You have to be prepared. Just when Xiao Yan wondered when the time came, the old guard opened his mouth. Yes. As the old guard spoke, Xiao Yan's concerns disappeared without a trace. The next moment, Xiao Yan had a smile on the corner of his mouth, and then his palm directly grabbed the golden fighting skill scroll. Wang buzzing, the golden scroll didn't move at all, and Xiao Yan was allowed to hold it like this. However, the eternal fire eternal ruler behind Xiao Yan exuded an extremely greedy aura. Next, it's time to harvest. Xiao Yan looked at the golden scroll exuding an ancient aura in his hand, and immediately from the outside, he felt the horror of this fighting skill scroll, and he immediately started to fight. Not long after, Xiao Yan's huge soul force suddenly gathered towards the golden scroll. Shabu shabu. As Xiao Yan's huge soul power moved towards the golden scroll that had been calm suddenly burst into a terrifying ripple of destruction. Bastard! Xiao Yan seemed to feel the repulsive force in the golden scroll, and immediately did not panic at all, because Xiao Yan knew that at this time, if he took back his power, he would only lose one and lose both. Better to give it a go. Go! I want to see how your holy rank fighting skill scroll resists my soul power. Xiao Yan's huge soul power emerged, and then he walked away towards the golden scroll. Soul power and the repulsive power emanating from the golden scroll attacked together viciously. Good guy, it's really crazy. But that's fine, I haven't met such a courageous disciple for many years. The old guard let out a slow sigh. Boom boom boom. The huge repulsive power of the golden scroll was replaced by Xiao Yan's soul power after a short while. Success. Feeling the repulsive force emanating from the golden scroll gradually disappearing, a smile appeared on the corner of Xiao Yan's mouth. Don't be too happy, now is the critical moment for you to master the fighting skills. Just when Xiao Yan was happy, the old guard said solemnly. Yes! Xiao Yan naturally knew that the old man was out of concern for himself, and as a veteran alchemist, Xiao Yan naturally knew this. Hoo-hoo! As the repulsive power on the golden scroll disappeared, Xiao Yan slowly sighed for a while, swallowed a few pills directly, recovered the vindictive energy consumed in his body, and then his eyes turned back. Onto this golden scroll. Xiao Yan's face was calm, and he gently unfolded the golden scroll. All of them, an ancient aura like a giant dragon slowly radiated from the golden scroll, and the entire stone hall was filled with this ancient aura. And even the Yuo Hengu behind Xiao Yan was quiet. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter.